Hey guys, Tomboy601, and today we're taking a look at the Wisconsin, the last Iowa battleship that needed to get added to World of Warships Legends, and this update's campaign ship, and a very exciting one at that. Today, we're going to go talk through all the fun things, the builds, the loadout, the commander, and then show off a game with her. If that sounds good, let's just stick around. Let's dive on in. First things first, our build. We are running main battery mod 2 for faster turret rotation, the good old prop mod, the concealment mod, and of course it's American Battleship. We get artillery plotting room, and you better believe we are going to run it. I will say things were tested with the main battery mod to try to eke out a little more performance, but I think you need as much precision as you can really get with this ship, and we'll talk about why. The loadout, the consumables for this ship are very special. We have the damage control party, nothing special there. We have the repair party, which heals back a decent amount of health. You have the option between catapult fighter, observation seaplane, and enhanced secondary targeting. We're running catapult fighter for some good old Arthas memes. And then the thing that makes this ship special, the main battery reload booster, plus 65% reload time with a 20-second duration, means you can pop off several rounds or several salvos with in relative rapid succession. It's a very fun thing, and what makes this ship special, especially because you have unlimited uses of it. I will be honest, I did try to make some sort of weird build where I could fire where either consumables lasted longer or the fastest reloading consumables. None of those really worked. Instead, our commander build, the one that I recommend if you're a whale, is going to be the Azur Lane, New Jersey, because, well, with Arthas, you now get multiple salvos downrange with the blessing of Arthas's damage buff, which is absolutely insane. This build running Flammable Cannoneer, Dragon Gilbert's Firefighter. Don't you love it? And fight fire with fire. Now, if you don't got AL New Jersey, if you're a totally free-to-play player, I totally understand. I would recommend running good old William Sims. It's going to be Flammable Cannoneer, Dragon Gilbert's Marksmanship, Reaching Out XXL, and Fighting Fire with Fire. Though, pretty much any of your base American battleship commanders are going to do excellent with this ship. The gameplay that you'll see, we're running Azur Lane, Colorado. So once again, pretty much anything is viable with this ship. It's an Iowa. By now, hopefully, if you haven't made your way up the American Battleship line, hopefully, Wisconsin, nothing too surprising to go on here. Let's go talk about those stats. So first off, survivability, 75,500 hit points, with an armor thickness between 6 and 439 millimeters, and a 40% torpedo reduction. If we take a look at the armor, it should look very familiar to you. 32 millimeter bow, 38 to 50 millimeters of side plating, and a citadel that sits right below the waterline. This is just in Iowa at Tier 8. It does not have any added armor for more protection, which does make it a little more vulnerable. It does kind of make me feel like and harken back to the days when we didn't have Tier 8 and we were going up against legendary ships in Iowa's. That's kind of what it feels like. Artillery, the 3x3 406 16-inch guns with the longest reload base of any of the Iowas, 36 seconds. Firing range 18.8 kilometers, 30-second 180 time, 5,700 hit point, or 5,700 damage for HE shells with 36% chance to set fire. AP 14,625. Now, one thing that these guns do have over the other Iowas is going to be its accuracy. Base 2.0 Sigma on this, making it the most accurate American battleship at the tier. AA, strong as always for the American battleships, radius of 5 kilometers. Maneuverability, 31.1 knots, turning circle, 920 meters, and a rudder shift time of 17.2 seconds. Finally, concealment, 13.6 kilometers. Detectability by air, 11.4, and detectability while firing in smoke, 15.3. 3. So those are all the stats of the Wisconsin. Now let's go ahead and take a look at a game with her. So welcome to Shards. And I think the important thing you need to understand about Wisconsin is its role at Tier 8. It's still a Tier 7 battleship when it comes to its armor. So it needs to use its strengths to survive. And what are its strengths? Well, it is an American sniper. It is a battleship designed to deliver highly accurate fire at long ranges. So we need to sort of keep our distance, but also make sure we are taking the shots we need to. This gets a little complicated though, because we also have 16-inch guns, which, while great, fantastic, do start to feel a little on the small side at Tier 8. These are guns that start to show, I don't want to call it their age, but they do start to show becoming obsolete at Tier 8, and especially Legendary Tier. So as a result, the name of the game isn't bow tanking. The name of the game is finding crossfires, and when you find those crossfires, exploiting those crossfires. In this case, with our build with Zerlane, the recommended build that I went with, a Zerlane, New Jersey. That means hitting citadels, using that reload booster, and also using that Arthas airplane to absolutely slap the crap out of ships when you engage them. So Schlieffen pops up here, and we're going to go ahead and take this engagement. As you can see, our 36 seconds goes down to like 11 seconds, which is nice. We get one absolutely disgusting salvo on Schlieffen. We get another disgusting salvo on Schlieffen, and then in this case, our Colorado build kicks in and allows us to get a third salvo out. So we get some pretty good hits. 44,000 hit points taken out of that Schlieffen. We, of course, did lose 20,000 of ours. That is one thing you do need to be aware of, is our hit points are quite low. Once again, we are not the biggest and baddest ship out there, especially when you compare it against some of the other battleships. But we absolutely took the engagement there. Tulsa pops up over here, and, well, 16-inch guns to a 27mm bow. You can kind of guess where this is going. Right through his bow and taking a huge chunk. And at this point, there's no rush for us to go any further. Tulsa only has his kind of small front guns, or his 2x2 front guns. No reason for us to rush out. We will happily chill here. Let our main battery reload booster recharge for engaging other battleships, as we absolutely devastate the Tulsa with a dev strike and a citadel hit, bringing us up to 84,000 damage. And now it's time to continue our way through C, see if we can finish off that Schlieffen. And you can see we're slowly making our way around. We don't want to come around until we have our guns ready and loaded. So how am I liking Wisconsin? And I'll be honest, this Wisconsin, I am absolutely loving this ship. It is going to be one of those that a lot of times, I'll be honest, I struggle to do the weeklies of playing the premium ships, especially for Tier 8, because there are so few of the premiums, the campaign ships, that I've truly fallen in love with. And the ones that I end up liking are the ones that are fun to play. And has that just become Michelangelo and not Schlieffen? God, what is the cruiser? The other German cruiser that's a secondary ship. Like, those have become my go-tos, which is really weird. It's those two in Marlborough are the ones that, like, yes, I want to go to. Now, of course, you could say, oh, why aren't you playing that totally busted Pan-Asian destroyer? Because that's not as fun, right? It's not fun to play Lucian. Okay, I'm sure it is fun to play Lucian because, like, it's just an easy win. But I'm looking for more than that right now. I got 270 days in this game. I need something else to ignite my spark as far as wanting to play it. And Wisconsin is slightly doing it for me, just because of that main battery reload booster. It does give you something a little special as we finish capping off this point. Overall, we are doing very good on the ships taken down. We, of course, have had a hand in 2 of them, and we assisted a little with the 3rd, but now it's time for us to we've won C. Our team has done a good enough job of holding out at A, and now it's time for this cluster of ships that is pushing through C to make its way across the map. I'm kind of worried about Iwami a little. You can see I'm playing cautious, mainly because, once again, we are in what is a tier 7 ship in a legendary tier map, and as a result, Wisconsin does feel glass cannony at the tier. It does feel like, you can go out and have your fun and you know what you're doing. You're plenty survivable, but you make a mistake, and as is with legendary tier, you can find yourself losing a ton of health very quickly, especially if you get mispositioned or your teammates are, off, not wanting to play the side that you're on and you're playing like it's normal. Like Wisconsin, you can get in trouble fairly easy with, but having that reload booster to boost your damage in key moments is top tier. It is something that you will look forward to having, in that you will be glad that you are able to use. Anyways, Iwami, we can see what's going on. Our teams have begun to engage it. Thankfully, Iwami has decided the Puerto Rico must die, and you know what? That's fine by me. He's not exactly the most combat effective ship, if I'm being honest. I kid, but also I have not been a huge fan of the Puerto Rico. But we can go ahead and use this time to kind of scoot out and try to get a better broadside on the Iwami. We can see Izumo in the back there, keeping an eye on us. He knows what's up. He's like, who do I want to shoot with my big old guns while I sit in the back? We take a couple of hits from Iwami. We get just a little on him. And, of course, we do have his torpedoes to deal with, but that's nothing that we can't dodge. And down Iwami goes. Now leaving the game 4-7. So us doing a very good job. But hey, we're up to 143,000. We're up to 143,000 in the damage, which is exactly where I want to be. Izumo, we can see he was kind of waiting his shot. He saw that we were turning, and as a result, thankfully, we don't take very much damage. We also see Minnesota out there. But we'll go ahead, try to cap B, get the XP, because as we all know, that is totally the most important part of this game. And this is just a nice showing of what Wisconsin can do, right? We're at range, but because we picked our target properly, we still got a pretty decent hit at 18 kilometers. It's fun. It's a good ship, guys. Like I said, I have been enjoying Wisconsin way more than most of the other campaign ships. And this is one of those times where, sometimes you buy the Admiralty backing because you're like, oh, there's bonus things in it. I want the bonus things. But this is one of those times where you're like, yes, the ship is good and I get the bonus things. And, yes, you get some of the not Imperium, whatever this week's or this update's currency of choice in order to try to get Puerto Rico. Some lag there, but we do end up knocking out the Zhao, and that's okay. Izumo now showing his side to us. That's fine by us. Of course, Izumo being Yamato hull means that he's always one of those, I don't know, I always struggle to shoot the right place on the Yamato hulls. Just something about the shape on them throws me off. I don't know. I struggle to hit the Citadel sometimes, but he is beautifully positioned there. We'll take the high cal that we get from that. Unfortunately for us, looks like Izumo is going to end up going behind the island while our next salvo is ready. Don't worry, he still took the opportunity to shoot at us. And that leaves just one ship. So as the Minnesota gets chased down, I've said my piece about Wisconsin a lot. I think it's a great ship. One of the most accurate at the tier, a definitive kind of sniper ship, one that lets you output a ton of damage when you need to, and one that I am having an absolute blast with. But guys, that is the game with our fourth and final kill. We end up with something like 3,100 or 3,100 XP, a very good game. Anyways, guys, if you like videos like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.